Friday, the final day of a hectic work week. You've tuned in to the right program to unwind while getting the information you need to know. Jamaica Magazine. Hi, I'm Audrey Williams. It's my pleasure to take you through the pages. Welcome. First up in our program, a look at the 2018-2019 estimates of expenditure for the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. Then, a look at the support mechanisms in place for persons with autism. And later, all you need to know about National Mathematics Week 2018. Stay with us.
We want a productive Jamaica. We all are productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity, free a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand.
Productivity, pathway to prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, April 13. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says his administration is determined to continue growth-inducing reforms to ensure Jamaica can maintain economic independence at the end of its current IMF agreement.
Macroeconomic stability is now taking root in Jamaica, and we are now building on the foundation of fiscal discipline, the pillars of a doctrine of economic growth and meaningful job creation, which will lead us to our ultimate goal of economic independence and shared prosperity.
The Prime Minister was addressing this morning's CEO Summit of the Americas in Lima, Peru. The summit is the first stop on a week-long working visit. Earlier today, he met with Peru's Minister of Economy and Finance, David Tuesta Cardenas, and held bilateral talks with Peruvian President Sebastián Piñera and U.S. Vice President Mike Pence. On Saturday, Mr. Holness leaves for Europe, where he is scheduled to attend a special session of the African, Caribbean, and Pacific Committee of Ambassadors. He will also be in attendance at the Commonwealth Heads of Government Summit in England from April 16 to 20. While in Europe, the Prime Minister will meet with the President of the European Council, as well as his counterparts from Britain and Mauritius. Mr. Holness will also have discussions with Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Charles of Wales. During the visit, he will also meet with current and prospective investors, as well as the Jamaican diaspora in Belgium, France, and the United Kingdom. The Prime Minister will return to the island on April 21. During his absence, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang will be in charge of government. Back on the island, Clarkstown residents are now enjoying the ease of travel that comes with an upgraded transportation center. Repaired and renovated at a cost of $6.58 million, the center was opened recently.
Clarkstown Transportation Center will serve as a hub that will connect people to Falmouth, Brownstown, Albertown, Duncans, among other major towns. The municipal corporation will monitor the facility day-to-day operation to ensure that it meets its intended purpose.
The facility will be operated and maintained through small fees collected from taxi and bus operators, as well as money charged for use of the public bathrooms.
And what this, ladies and gentlemen, means for Clarkstown and this section of Trelawney, it brings a certain level of organization, certain level of discipline.
Meanwhile, ground has been broken on the construction of the Clarkstown Market, which shares space with the Transport Center. The work is being done with $20 million in financing from the local government ministry. It should provide a more pleasing shopping environment for residents and vendors.
And there can be no more excuse, ladies and gentlemen. When the resources are found, when we spend the money to upgrade and to make the markets into an acceptable position, I am going to challenge our vendors to utilize the markets.
At the groundbreaking ceremony, Falmouth's mayor announced that the Trelawney Municipal Corporation had exceeded its property tax target for the 2017-2018 financial year by $19.3 million.
Let me hereby congratulate you, the residents of Trelawney, for being compliant in filling your property tax, and use this medium to encourage the delinquent among us to get on board.
The state has launched a public education and awareness campaign to build climate change resilience, particularly for natural disasters such as hurricanes. Dubbed Smart and Steady, Get Climate Ready, the campaign is a partnership between the Planning Institute of Jamaica and the Climate Change Division of the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. At Wednesday's launch, Portfolio Minister Daryl Vaz said that the campaign was designed to place climate change at the forefront of thinking among the average Jamaican.
The campaign will foster dialogue and eventually contribute to our ability to build resilience. In addition, the campaign will educate the public on the link between the impact of climate events on specific livelihoods in support of adaptation, sensitization, and activities in subsectors.
The Smart and Steady Climate Change Ready campaign is part of a 5-year, $6.8 million climate investment fund project being administered by the World Bank. Minister without portfolio in the Agriculture Ministry, J.C. Hutchinson, is projecting a 20% growth for the sector by year end. To achieve this, he says government will be leasing arable lands to farmers to encourage increased production. Minister Hutchinson says plans are also in effect to change the way RADA funds are dispensed to ensure this too encourages growth.
We are now looking at a different dispensation. We are now going to look at the organizations that exist, and those areas where we do not have organizations, put organizations in place so that the funds coming through RADA can go directly to those farming organizations.
The minister was addressing farmers in Yalas during Tuesday's start of an island-wide agro-park store. And finally, 16 primary schools football coaches are now being certified in coaching and player development. The training is part of CONCACAF's D-License coaching course, which was launched on April 11.
This course must be seen as a huge corrective measure when we take into consideration the current situation of some 1,000 football coaches across Jamaica who are not properly licensed. This situation must be changed, and it must be changed urgently. So with its commitment to the staging of courses such as this D-License course, the government is ensuring the improvement of skills of all our coaches across the island.
The coaching course is being held at the Jamaica Football Federation Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence. It ends tomorrow. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
The Program of Advancement through Health and Education PATH offers a wide range of benefits for students. Children on PATH are among the top achievers in the GSAT and CSEC examinations each year.
It gives me a sense of stability, and it takes some stress off my parents, because even though they're working and money might not be enough, it helps them to send me to school.
If your family is struggling, PATH might be the option for you. Just take your birth certificate and valid identification to the Ministry of Labour and Social Security office in your parish. For further information, visit the Minister's website at www.mlss.gov.jm or call 1-888-991-PATH. That is 1-888-991-7284.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is charged with the task of contributing to national development by providing Jamaicans with efficient and effective labour and social security services. Here is a look at the 2018-2019 budgetary allocations that will ensure that this mission continues to be realised.
At the Ministry, we are seeking to make inclusion and empowerment of the vulnerable a reality, and we are working to actualize the right of every Jamaican with disabilities.
Yes, over $13 billion has been earmarked by the Ministry of Labour and Social Security in its 2018-2019 budget to achieve this feat and other targets. $80.1 million will go towards supporting the delivery and computerization process of services such as the Path Beneficiary System. $3 million will foster greater competitiveness of the Jamaican economy through labour market reform. And $41.2 million will support the manpower division of the ministry, which provides suitable employment opportunities for Jamaican workers.
The care capital of a society can be measured in its treatment of its most vulnerable citizens. That is, its children, persons with disabilities, and senior citizens.
To continue the government support for the vulnerable, $49.2 million is allocated for early stimulation of children with disabilities. Funding also goes to the Abilities Foundation, which promotes creativity and productivity among persons with disabilities.
In serving our community of persons with different abilities, we can achieve a desired society which is inclusive, participatory, and empowering for all.
Additionally, $131 million is set to improve the quality of life for senior citizens. Compassionate grants and emergency relief assistance will be given to persons whose earnings have been interrupted by misfortunes. The poor will receive assistance in the form of burial grants, housing, school expenses, and medical attention. And $98.3 million is allotted to promote youth employment, skills training, and overall youth development for persons 18 to 25 years.
The donation is an investment in youth, an investment in the future of the youth and the future of the country.
Under its Capital B budget, funds are put aside to increase employability and skills development for poor persons with disabilities. Persons with disabilities between the ages of 18 and 36 will receive more skills training. And beneficiaries of the Early Stimulation Program will get speech and rehabilitative physiotherapy. Additionally, $6 million has been set aside to cover the final payments for the construction of the Early Stimulation Plus Center.
Children with disabilities who receive proper care and support during the early stages have a greater chance of becoming healthier and productive adults with stable employment outcomes.
And the PATH program will receive additional support under the Integrated Support to the Jamaica Social Protection Program. 400 PATH beneficiaries will this year get on-the-job training, and additional parenting workshops with beneficiary families will be hosted.
Children, and we have rights. We have a right to be
protected,
provided for,
and included.
Don't beat me up, don't belittle me, and please don't molest me.
I am under 13. I should not be working for a living.
That is child labor. It is illegal.
Stop leaving me alone. I am too young to provide for myself. I need your guidance.
Protect our nation's children. They have rights too.
It's Autism Awareness Month. Watch now as we highlight how parents and teachers should care for children with this developmental disorder.
Is your child showing signs of delayed development?
Does he or she often shy away from interacting with others, appear overly disruptive, or exhibit strange behaviors? If you have them assessed, you may find these are symptoms of one of the most common developmental disorders, autism. Autism is a complex disability which affects the social and communication skills of an individual. Children with autism exhibit mild to severe developmental difficulties in speech, social skills, and physical abilities.
When children, are expected to first say mommy, daddy, or put 2 to 3 words together, children with autism may do that much later, or some not at all. They tend not to respond, so when, you normally ask children, go and get this for me, the child with autism may not be able to respond to that. And you often expect children to point to things as they're growing up. The child with autism often doesn't point or wave by or use other gestures.
Some other indicators of autism include persistent repetitive behaviors, such as spinning objects, clicking light switches, or opening and closing cupboard doors. Severe resistance to change in routine, including their diet or mode of dress, and a tendency to exhibit severe obsessive-compulsive behaviors, like placing things in order all the time. The prevalence rate for those born with the condition has increased rapidly. The latest statistics show that approximately 1 in every 88 children born each year will have the condition.
With our country of about 45,000 births per year, it means that we have about 500 children being born every year in Jamaica with this condition. And because it affects boys 4 times more than girls, each year we will have 400 boys and 100 girls born with this problem.
What leaves experts concerned is the fact that as the number of persons born with the condition increases, research has not yet been able to find an exact cause and ultimately a cure. At present, the best mechanism to deal with autism has been early diagnosis and intervention.
If you can provide children with early intervention when the brain is developing rapidly, then you can make a significant impact. You're probably not going to change the diagnosis of autism, but you're going to improve the child's developmental status.
Jamaica's Education Ministry, in partnership with other agents, has sought to provide support to special needs children and caregivers through multiple initiatives. Facilities such as the Early Stimulation Program and schools like the School of Hope and the Promise Learning and Training Center all get governmental support to offer developmental and social support programs, including speech, occupational and behavior modification therapy, and others. So it's up to parents and guardians to be vigilant and act quickly so their children can have a chance at getting the help they need.
At age 2 or 3, you may see the manifestation developing, where the child may be lacking communication, lacking social skills, or maybe having stereotyped or repetitive behaviors.
Promise, like some other entities, has even gone beyond just early intervention strategies. In addition to early childhood, primary and junior high school facilities, they also have a skills training center, a school band, and a swim program.
If these students were discarded, we would not have seen their potential. So I'm encouraging parents not to give up, but to give them a chance.
He enjoys doing cooking, and so the school has been sort of gearing him towards that. He plays in the school band. He does swimming. He's into Special Olympics. As a matter of fact, he went to Puerto Rico in 2010 with the Special Olympic team for swimming, and he got a gold.
Parental support is also necessary, and that's where institutions like the Jamaica Autism Support Association come in. Founded in 2007 by a couple of resilient parents, the group has monthly meetings and other activities to help both parents and children feel included.
We got to cut out pictures, our things we liked, things that made us happy, things that made us sad.
Things that make me mad or angry is about things that I lost: my jewelry, my shoes, and my ring.
First it started within our circle, and then eventually
we made it a national organization for parents out there who not receiving any form of intervention at all, who totally have nowhere to turn to, nobody to turn to, no computer access to know about the disorder.
They get out messages to us that we on our own would never have known before. And with each little message, somebody out there gets inspired and says, you know, this clicks, this happens with my son or my daughter, and maybe I can look up this and help a little more.
Autism is a complex condition, and coping with its diagnosis and treatment takes effort. But if done early and properly, some children can go on to live as close to normal lives as possible. For further information, visit the website www.jamaicaautism.org. Contact the Jamaica Autism Support Association at 831-6140 or the Special Education Unit in the Ministry of Education at 967-2312 or 922-9370-9.
Do you know what a disability is? A permanent loss of function in any part of your body is called a disability. Some people are born that way. Others get a disability because of an illness or an accident. This doesn't have to prevent you from living a full life. The Disabilities Act will protect your right to work, raise families, or do business like anyone else. Visit jcpdja.com. A message from the JCPD, an agency of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
Based on the feature earlier, you should have learned that autism is characterized by difficulties in behavior, social interaction, and communication. But here's something new added to the mix. Some autistic children often experience heightened sensitivity to sound or new environments. Yup, there's a whole lot to learn.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Megu. I'm the mother of an autistic child, Adriana Francis. It is Autism Awareness Month, and what I'd like from Jamaica as a parent of an autistic child is maybe a little bit more tolerance, a little bit more understanding. When we take them on the road, if they're in an unfamiliar situation, there are times when they'll throw what would look to you as like a tantrum, but it's actually a meltdown. Because for them, they are highly sensitive, and many times sounds that we can block out, feelings that we can analyze or we can assimilate, it's hard for them. They feel like all sounds are being thrown at them, all feelings are being thrown at them. They're overwhelmed with stimuli, with sensations, and for them, a part of the response to this overstimulation is for them to hit their heads, for them to scream, for them to behave in a way that as a society we may find unacceptable. But as a mother of an autistic child, I completely understand, and we're just asking for a little bit more tolerance from you.
Like when me say, when she had do division and she said for bring down, she said for multiply, but it's a little bit hard.
Yes, mathematics is a challenging subject for many of our students. And as the Ministry of Education ramps up its math improvement strategy, parents, you're being called on to join a campaign to train you in math so you can assist your children. To find out more about this pilot program, contact the National Parenting Support Commission at 967-7977 or email nationalparentingsupport@moey.gov.jm.
National Mathematics Week 2018 begins on Sunday, and the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information has planned numerous engaging math-related activities for students, parents, teachers and the public. Here's more.
The ministry is now preparing for the 5th staging of National Mathematics Week, and this week is the week will be celebrated April 15 to 20 under the theme of the Math Public Education campaign, Math Counts. Activities for the week will include the church service on the 15th of April at 9 a.m. at the Life Center Tabernacle Church of God of Prophecy in Spanish Town. The week's activities will be launched on Monday the 16th at the Knowledge and Innovation Lecture Theatre at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. In an effort to take the activities outside of the corporate area, the ministry will facilitate a mathematics roadshow in the Neville Antonia Park in Port Antonio on the 17th of April, and that will be held under the theme Math in Your World. And so activities during that event will be designed to engage members of the general public to identify areas in their everyday life where they are using mathematics. We will again engage the services of educators in designing apps that will be built around a scavenger hunt designed based on the area the park is held in, and so persons will be able to participate in that activity as well. The National Mathematics Expo, which is the main event for National Mathematics Week, will be held on the campus of the University of the West Indies on the 19th of April between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. The expo is designed to provide students, teachers, and parents with an opportunity to interface with math in its real-world application. We have more than 45 exhibitors this year. Exhibitors will have an opportunity to demonstrate how mathematics applies to either their profession or their organization or the industry in which they function. The ministry, with the teacher training institutions, will also mount concept-based booths, and they will provide an opportunity for students to interface with the ideas and the principles in a much more fun and engaging way. So there will be a lot of games and practical activities for the students to do. The day begins at 9. Booths will be available for viewing from that time up until 4 p.m. And between 12:30 and 2 p.m., there'll be a math extravaganza where students and schools will have an opportunity to enter the poetry or the cultural pieces built around the theme Math Counts. There'll be prizes available for the most outstanding pieces. Students will also be able to participate in a similar scavenger hunt, but this app will be built around the campus, the University of the West Indies campus, and so that activity will take place throughout the day. And they will also have an opportunity to take scheduled bus and walk-in tours of the university campus. Face painting is also another one of the activities we have for the day. The expo is ideally designed for students in grades 4 to 13, and the ministry continues to encourage our schools to ensure that the student-teacher ratio, which will secure the safety of our students, is maintained. On Friday, we encourage schools and the respective regions to facilitate their own activities to place emphasis on the theme.
This is where we close the magazine for today. Thanks for staying with us. If you enjoyed our show, send us an email at jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm or visit our website, jis.gov.jm, to watch the show again. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at JIS News and on Instagram at JIS Voice. I'm Audrey Williams. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.